Gospel of Thomas, as translated by Cliff in the Eyes to See, Tom's book examined, found on Substack, Ether Pirates of the Material. So far we've gone to Logian 4. Jesus said, "The man old of days will not hesitate to ask a little child of 7 days about the place of life, and he will live. For many who are first will become last, and they will be one and the same." This is referring to the effect of aging on the mind, in which the veil thins as the years advance. The old frequently see across the barriers of isolation of the mind as they approach the end of their physical body's life. This is known as the veil thins for the old mind. It is able to see the event stream for forming the young mind. 7 days is the usual amount of overlap between birth and the continuing outpouring of the creative aspect of the event stream. After that, the body starts hardening into the control of the mold being projected by the consciousness inhabiting it. For those first 7 days, there is visible, to those with an eye to see it, a thread extending back into the event stream in which the karma of the new mind is woven. The event stream is the place of life. From it, all the energy and manifestations of life emerge. Seeing it, the old man will live again as he can see the flow of life within the event stream. The statement about the many who are first is discussing the nature of this eternal now and the event stream and consciousness. This is an allusion to the idea of the first will become last, or as Neville Goddard phrased it, living in the wish fulfilled. It is a statement that places the fulfillment of the end state, but both the initial desire and the fulfillment within this eternal now, and states that both are the same. In this description, desire goes first and manifestation last, but both are one, as the same in this eternal now. You chuckle there. What do you think of this?
Complicated, but simple. Of course, the Thomas version is like, what? And then Cliff explains it about that thread of consciousness when you get connected after 7 days. That's pretty cool.
The moment when you...
We talked about it actually today, how older guys see like all that energy in the younger people, and kind of because they're more experienced and like, I remember I was like that age and still didn't understand anything. I could help them understand it with my advice, but then I don't listen anyway.
As when we were young, then we were listening to...
It is able to see the event stream still forming the young mind. Pretty cool. Pretty funny.
Because you are very connected from one, you have once already experienced it, and the young mind is just forming, and all right, let's see, what is this all about? And the old man is looking and giving the best advice and thinking, but when I was that age, would I have listened?
No, as we didn't.
So this is a pretty deep, yet with not as many interwoven aspects as the previous 3 statements, but those laid foundational groundwork for all of this. And I like to point out that when the body starts hardening into control, right, for those first 7 days, there is visible, and here's a key phrase, to these with an eye to see it. So not everybody, but it's visible for those with an eye to see it. Even the whole thing is called the eyes to see.
Well, at the end, you like to assume that everyone comes, like, as they get older, to some kind of realization or understanding of this life or material or universe, or at least raising questions, not understanding. Okay, understanding that it's not so simple as it looks. But turns out most people don't have that inner voice anyway. They don't give a fuck. You just So for those, who are able to do that. That's a message. You need to be, I guess, interested in those meanings if you want to see the threads.
And you can see that the eyes to see was also as part of the analysis of the Logian number 2, where he said, once you do find this vision, once your perception has shifted so that you have the eyes to see, you'll become troubled by your new vision. So all of this understanding, even though described from just eyes to see, it's like a whole body experience. And then we're going to get to these eyes to see again in this previous one. That we just read like 2 minutes ago. Like
Uh-huh.
all of the things are visible. Oh no, this is the next one already a bit further down. But he mentioned about the eyes to see in Logian number 4. And ultimately, the thing that, like, the first will become the last. So if you put the desire strong enough, on the other end, the fulfillment has already arisen in the event stream. You only more focusing on that event, on that your initial desire, you increase the likelihood of the fulfillment coming closer and manifesting in your particular internal now. So the item we wanted to remind ourselves about was also from the other podcast discussion. Let's see if I can share the correct screen. When we were talking about last week, concluding the conversation on the topic of understanding of seeing everything, how it is related, and since we are from the comics background, I'd like to open up to the page and see what was it spoken about in that particular page
The
in
most
this
powerful
comic
thing in the universe
page
Ah,
is
itself.
just a puppet.
panel.
You're all puppets, Lori.
On that
Okay.
page,